What's happening, family? Welcome back to Solutions for Life, where we discuss all things credit and all things cash flow. Today I'm here to share with you 15 ways on how you can improve your credit score in 2022. So without further ado, let's get into it. Numero uno, number one, paying down your balances. So you basically want to keep your balances low. So the credit lingo is that you want to get your balances down to 30%. But the truth of the matter is you really want to get it down to 10% or even 5%. Because if you want to get it to 30%, you're still leaving so many more points on the board with your FICO score. Okay? And keep in mind, accounts owed is 30% of your actual FICO score. So for example, if you have a $1,000 card and you get your balance down to $300, then you're at a 30% limit right now, right? But if you get it down to $100, 10%, or $50, that's 5%. So that's just an example for you. So number one is paying down those balances. Number two is to set up automatic payments. Just so you don't end up forgetting that a particular bill is due on a particular day, you just want to make sure that the payments are set up automatically. But you also want to make sure that you have the funds available in the account. So when they go ahead to draw from that account, you want to make sure that you don't end up in the overdraft, because then we call that hustling backwards, and that defeats the whole purpose of setting up automatic payments. Okay. Number three, and things you can do in 2022 to improve your credit score is get a credit builder loan. So you'll get a loan, and the duration might be from 6 months to 24 months. And you'll pay a specific amount. And when that loan ends, the duration of that time, you'll also have access to the funds that you paid into the loan. Okay, so it's like a 2-for-1. So not only did you pay the loan back and it benefited your credit score, but you also have access to the money that you actually were paying into the loan. Number four is get a secure credit card. You all know my testimony. For those that don't know, one of the first things I did in the process of rebuilding my credit was I applied for a secure credit card because my credit wasn't good enough for me to get an unsecured credit card. And a secure credit card is basically me securing the card with my money. And I got approved for a $200 secured credit card, so I had to put $200 down. And I didn't use it like a debit card. I use it like a credit card to maximize my credit score. So I literally only swiped it one time a month just to show activity, which was gas, and then I paid it back, and I did it again the following month. I went to the gas station, got some gas, I paid it back, and I did it again the following month, so on and so forth. Now this one gas was much cheaper, but you all get the picture. And every 30 days, that particular card reported to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And what did it do? It shot my credit score up. Okay, so that was then and this is now, and that still works. Number five, authorized user. Once again, these are things that I incorporated into my credit file and me improving my credit score. So I asked my mother if she can add me to her account as an authorized user. She asked me if I wanted to have a card mailed out to me. I told her I didn't need one because I didn't plan on using a card, but she sent me one anyway. But basically, I'm piggybacking off of her credit length of history and her accounts owed and all that good stuff. So I'm hitting in the credit mix. So I'm hitting like 3 different sections at once. But you just got to make sure that the person that allows you to become an authorized user on their account is serious about their credit, because just like it can be a benefit to you, it can also be a detriment to your credit score if for whatever reason they fall behind on a payment, the payment is late, they don't make a payment, things of that nature. But an authorized user is definitely still a way to go in 2022 to improve your credit score. Next, we have number 6. You want to keep all your old accounts open. If there are old accounts on your credit report and it has a phenomenal payment history, even though there's no activity on it right now, there's no need to get it removed, because once again, credit history is a part of your credit score. And the longer the length of your file is, the more points you can get for that particular category. So you want to keep those accounts on your file. It's very important. Next, we have number 7, which is to dispute any inaccuracies on your credit report. So this is real simple. You actually have the legal right to dispute anything that you feel like is not legit on your credit report. Whether you believe that the date is incorrect, whether you believe that a name was misspelled, whether you believe that an amount is wrong for that particular account, whatever the case may be, you have the legal right to dispute anything that you feel that is inaccurate on your credit report. This is very important for you to know. It's your legal right. Number 8, apply for loans within a short period of time. You don't want to look like you're searching for credit, getting all these inquiries on your credit report. My thing is, just applying for the credit over and over and over again is not going to get you approved. If you're not properly positioned to get approved for whatever it is you're applying for, then don't even waste your time applying for it, because once again, you hustling backwards. You applying for it is not going to make them say, yeah, you good, until you're properly positioned credit score wise, and then they will approve you. So just shotgunning your credit is unnecessary, and it's hustling backwards. You definitely don't want all those inquiries on your credit report. Okay, and it does take 2 years for those to fall off, but that's a whole nother story. All right, next we have number 9. You want to monitor your credit. The identityiq.com. It's a monthly fee, of course, but you have access to all 3 bureaus, your credit scores and things of that nature. And I check it 4 or 5 times a week on a consistent basis. I just believe that I need to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to inspect what's going on in my credit report on a regular basis. And I'm addicted to it at this point, because once again, I don't even look at that as a monthly bill. It's just something that I have to have in order to continue on my credit journey, on my credit score improvement journey, rather should I say. Number 10, you want to protect your personal information to avoid fraud. Okay, so I know the fraud game was early 2000s, late 90s. I know some people that I went to school with that, try to bust a few moves here and there and end up sitting down for that particular reason, but that's a whole nother story. But even in 2022, people can still get your information, open up an account, get a credit card, whatever the case may be. So that goes back to having access to your credit report through the credit monitoring site, so that you can always be able to make sure that nothing that doesn't belong on your credit report isn't on your credit report. And the way to do that is to, once again, have access to credit monitoring to make sure that there's no fraud going on with your credit report and your credit file. All right, let's keep it moving. Number 11, responsibly add to your credit mix. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have a variation of credit. You want to make sure that you have the installment loans, which is a fixed amount per month. And then you want to also make sure that you have a nice amount of revolving debt. Okay, so what that is like a credit card, and you have a limit that you can charge up to, and that's 10% of your credit score. So you want to make sure that you have a nice mix of them both, so that you can maximize that score, those points in that particular area. You want to create a budget. You get out a sheet of paper. On the left side, you put assets, put a line through the middle. On the right side, you put liabilities. And assets, you want to write down everything that you got coming in money wise, and liabilities, you want to write down everything that's going out money wise every 30 days, so that you can inspect your income, right? So you can see what's going on. It's just as simple as that. And then with that being said, when you notice that you have $300, $400, $500 left over per month, then you can figure out, okay, this money I can play with, this money I can utilize to pay down my credit card balances, because I know that that's 30% of my credit score, and that's a lot of points that can either raise my score or lessen my score. Also, I can start putting some money to the side to potentially get my credit repaired if that's a position that I need to be placed in. But the only way for you to be able to figure out what type of money you have flowing in or that's left over every 30 days is for you to create a budget. Okay, and as scary as it is, because I know I didn't want to see it, but it's really good for you to be able to see the ins and outs of your 30-day income. Number 13 is get a loan utilizing a cosigner. So if you are in a position to where you can't really get a loan right now because of your credit, you can once again ask a family member, a loved one, I don't know, a church member, someone who has pretty decent credit, if they'll co-sign for you, and it'll be beneficial to you. You just have to make sure that the co-signer knows that for whatever reason, if you default on that loan, then at the end of the day, they will definitely be responsible for paying that loan off. However, if they bless you and put you in a position to be able to co-sign for you, of course, you're going to make sure that you're making those monthly payments, because the ultimate goal is to benefit you. All right. So let's keep it moving. Number 14, have patience. An excellent credit score is most often the result of hard work over a length of time period. And just to break it down in the simplest terms to me, and what I had to allow myself to understand, is that when I really understood credit and I broke down my credit report, I had to realize that I didn't get into this upside down situation credit score wise overnight. It was a process. It was a duration of a few bad decisions here, a mistake here, not knowing this there, not understanding here, or not caring in this particular situation, or not knowing that it was going to actually end up on my credit. So it was a whole bunch of everything that happened over duration of time. So I had to understand that I had to be patient, because just like it took some time for me to get into the bad credit score, it's going to take some time for me to get out of it. Okay. And over time, I was able to overcome those activities based on my action, and I was able to increase my credit score. And you can also do the same. Number 15, of things that you can do in 2022 to improve your credit score. The most important thing is you got to change your mindset. And that's what I had to do. You got to change your mindset. You got to get a piece of paper. You got to write the things down that you want. Write the vision and make it plain. Start speaking those things out. I'm going to have me some good credit. I deserve good credit. You know, I'm going to be able to get the house, or the dream house that I want for me and my kids, for my family, for my elderly mother or father, whatever the case may be. That whip that I always wanted, I'm going to be able to get that real soon based on my credit score. So that was 15 ways on improving your credit score in 2022. If you apply these 15 things that I just gave to you, you'll definitely see some amazing results for the rest of 2022, leading into 2023 in your credit journey. All right. So if you feel like this information was beneficial in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Love though. Y'all be blessed.